Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to a basic flow class. Today, if you would like a block or something similar to help with some stability, that would be really useful. If you have a pillow or a bolster or something similar, that also might be nice to have around. I did have a request for some work to help to release out tension around the lower back from prolonged periods of sitting, whether that's at a desk at work or just a little bit of extra sitting these days. So we'll be doing a lot of work to help free up the area, basically in the hip flexors, which a lot of compression, a lot of contraction from prolonged periods of sitting can really help to release out any lower back tension. So to that end, we'll be starting today lying down on the back. Make your way onto your back. And if you are dealing with some lower back sensitivity, I do suggest that you have your knees bent with your feet on the floor. That will help to give a release to your lower back. You can even bring your knees together as you walk your feet a little bit wider. This is a gentle relaxation for the psoas muscles, those hip flexor muscles. Even better, if you do happen to have a stack of pillows or something nearby, and you can bring a stack of pillows underneath your knees and rest your feet up at a 90-degree angle like this, with something underneath, just not just floating like this. That also might be really, really nice to have around. So find a comfortable place for your body, taking a moment to find some length in your spine, settle in. Take a nice deep breath in to fill up your lungs. Nice big exhale out. Feel free to close your eyes and start to tune your awareness inside to your breath. Start to take some long, slow, deep inhales and exhales, filling and emptying your lungs completely. With each exhale, start to let go. Whether that's tension, some tightness in your body, or maybe just something in your life that you'd like to let go of today, some thoughts. Just allow that to slowly release away with every breath that flows out of your body. Take a little scan through your body, checking in with how everything is feeling. Notice your lower back especially, but then also notice your feet, your legs, your abdomen, the spine, the upper back, the shoulders, the chest, your neck, your head, your arms, your hands. You notice there's any spots in your body that need a little bit of extra attention today. Be sure to make note and be sure to take care of those spots in your body. You may want to take some modifications in certain postures. You might even want to skip certain postures if you don't think they're working for your body today. And start to find an easy rhythm in your breath, one that is slow and steady, controlled, complete. Do your best to maintain a steady rhythm of inhales and exhales when we begin to add movement to the body. If you ever find yourself holding your breath or really losing control of your breath, you might want to back off a little bit. You can take a break whenever you want to. Coming here onto your back is a really good choice. You can come to child's pose, you can have a seat. Just find a spot in your body where you can come back to this breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And then as you're ready, continuing with that slow, steady rhythm of your breath, just start to draw the knees into the chest. Take your arms, bring them around your shins, pull your thighs into your abdomen, and maybe start to rock a little side to side. Start to connect your lower back even deeper with the ground. Massage it out, notice how it feels. Give a little stretch. So this action of simply lying on the back and bringing your knees into your chest is a really good way to help to relax the lower back muscles, to give them a little stretch, to give them a little relief. Good. If you added movement, just bring yourself back to stillness. Then keeping your knees bent, place your feet on the floor, separate your feet and knees a little bit, about hips distance apart. Your heels should be about one of your foot's distance away from your sit bones. Bring your arms down along the sides of your body, and your eyes and chin tip point straight up at the ceiling. This is going to maintain a neutral and safe position for your neck. Now we're going to start to mobilize the lower back. We're going to do some bridge curls. This is a very tiny movement. Your upper ribs and upper back are going to stay on the ground. Press through the backs of the arms, the shoulders, really root through the feet. And with an inhale, start to curl your tailbone off the floor. Roll up through your sacrum and your lumbar spine just to the bottom ribs. So again, this upper back area is going to stay on the ground. And then as you exhale, lower down one vertebra at a time. Your tailbone is going to be the last thing to release. So we're really trying to mobilize and release out tension in the lower back gently. We'll do this a couple of times with the breath. So coordinating breath and movement. Inhale, begin to curl it up. Again, not a big lift, just to the bottom ribs. Then as you exhale, lengthen down. Try to create space between each lower back vertebra. Tailbone is the last thing to release. Again, a nice little flow. Inhale to curl it up. Exhale to lengthen and release it back down. Two more just like this. Inhale, roll it up. And exhale to roll it down. Last one. Inhale, roll it up. And exhale, roll it down. Good. Keep your left foot on the floor, knee bent. Bring your right knee into your chest. Give it a quick little squeeze. And then cross your right ankle over your left thigh. The right foot should be flexed. Pull your right toes towards your right knee. Bring your right hand to your inner right knee and gently start to press the right knee away. So this is opening up through the hip, the piriformis muscle. This piriformis muscle gets tight a lot, especially if you do a lot of sitting, also can contribute to lower back issues. So find a little stretch here, and this might be enough. If you do have any hip or knee injuries, this is a really good place to stay. If it does feel okay, float the left foot up off the floor, right hand between the inner thighs, clasp the hands together behind the left thigh, gently pull it towards you, and at the same time, elongate the tailbone and right knee away. Any pain in the right knee is a warning sign to back off immediately and return your left foot back to the floor and come back to that starting position. But if you're feeling a good stretch right through this right hip and glute area, then it's exactly where you want to be. Take a couple of breaths, keep the spine long, keep your lower back releasing towards the floor. Good, take a breath in, and as you exhale, release. Place your left foot on the floor, your right foot on the floor, keeping your right foot on the floor with your knee bent. Bring your left knee to your chest, hold the shin, and hug it nice and deep into the body. And then cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Foot is flexed, pull toes towards knee, left hand to inner left knee, gently press it away. And again, start to notice what you're feeling in that outer left hip glute area, starting to create space for the piriformis muscle. Again, this might be enough. And if it is, stay. But if you'd like a little more, right foot off the floor, left hand between the thighs, hands clasped behind the right thigh, pull it towards you, lengthen the left knee, and tailbone away. Again, one side might feel very different than the other. So you can back off, you can go deeper, just depends on what you feel. Again, you're looking for that opening sensation through the hip, through the glute, a lengthening through the lower back. Good, take a breath in. And as you exhale, release the grip. Right foot to the floor, left foot to the floor. Then once again, bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. We're going to meet in a tabletop position. You can rock and roll to get up. You can roll to one side to get up. But let's meet in a tabletop, hands and knees. So coming onto your hands and your knees, stack the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. Make sure the wrist creases are parallel. You're pressing down firmly through the ball mounts and first two fingers of the thumb, pushing the floor away to activate the arms to the shoulders. Please watch out for hyperextended elbows, a little micro bend there if needed for your body. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, tailbone to the floor, spine arches to the sky. Now we're going to hold this first shape for a few extra breaths so you can really feel how a deep contraction of the abdominal muscles, navel pulling to spine, gives that stretch for the lower back. At the same time, press the heart right up between the shoulder blades so you're getting some stretch for the upper back as well. Neck is relaxed, breath is deep. Good. Then with your next inhale, lift the tail, belly drops down. Draw the shoulders back, send your chest forward, eyes forward. Make sure your arms remain super strong. Really push the floor away. Now, as we bring a contraction into the lower back, sometimes that doesn't feel that good, but you can use your abdominal muscles to help give it support even when in this position. So pull the belly in and try to stretch it forward towards your chest. So the abdominal muscles are working, but they're working in length, and that's going to give some support to the lower back. And as we bring our spine to some extension today, this action is really important in the abdominal muscles to give the lower back support as the lower back goes into conscious contraction. So let's flow out between those two positions. Take a breath in. Exhale, tailbone to the floor, pull the navel to the spine, open up the lower back, open up the space between your shoulder blades. Inhale, lift the tail, shoulders back, chest forward. Remember to engage the abdomen, pulling the belly forward as your heart lifts up. Good. Exhale to round it out. Again, pull the belly towards the lower back. Inhale, elongate the abdominal muscles, stretch forward through your heart. One more round. Exhale to round it out. Inhale to stretch it forward. And then find a child's pose. Send your hips back to your heels. You can open your knees a little wide, bring your big toes to touch. Or if you're looking for that little extra lower back stretch, and it's okay for your knees, keep your thighs closer together. They don't have to touch, but closer together and parallel. And then as you drape your abdomen onto your thighs, the thighs will push up into the lower back, just like you did when you were lying on your back and bringing your knees into your chest. It's the same action. Take a couple of breaths here in child's pose and feel your spine lengthening. Pull your tailbone back, stretch your crown and possibly fingertips forward so that you're stretching out the back muscles. Make sure to breathe. Good. Then with your next inhale, return back into a tabletop position. Walk the hands forward about 1 to 1.5 hand prints. Press into the palms, tuck the toes under, and lift your knees off the floor, and we'll come into our first downward facing dog. So bringing your ears in line with your upper arms, look back between your feet. Feet should be parallel and hips distance apart. Keep pressing the hands into the floor, stretching your hips up and back, and start to add movement to the lower body. Bend one knee and then the other. So starting to wake up the legs, starting to loosen up through the hamstrings and the calf muscles. So hamstrings also tend to get tight with a lot of sitting. And this action of just moving the body in down dog not only stretches out the spine and creates space for the lower back, but also helps to loosen up the hamstring muscles a little bit, helping to release any pull, any tension on the hip bones and on the lower back muscles. Good. Finish up some movement and then find some stillness in your body. Now, if your hamstrings are pretty tight, put a bend in your knees in downward facing dog. Don't worry too much about trying to stretch the hamstrings out when we hold this position stable. It is more important that you stretch out your spine here. Good. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. Then with an inhale, lift both heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, and slowly make your way to the top of the mat. We'll meet in a standing forward fold, feet anywhere from together to hips distance apart. Put a nice bend in the knees, let your abdomen rest on your thighs, and let the spine, neck, and crown release down. So in this knees bent forward fold position, with your belly resting on your thighs, again, you get that action of the thighs pressing up into the abdomen, helping you to give that extra stretch for the lower back. Hands can be holding on behind the legs, can be on the floor. You could grab a block and bring that underneath your fingertips. Anything to help you to find that length in your spine in this forward fold and that feeling of moving your abdomen into your lower back. Give your belly a little squeeze, and that will also help to stretch out the back muscles as well as give the lower back some support in your forward fold. Now, if you do have tight hamstrings or any lower back issues, I do strongly suggest that you keep your knees bent in a standing forward fold throughout the rest of the practice. Wherever you're at, press down firmly with your feet, and with an inhale, circle your arms out to the sides, rise up to the sky, reach your fingertips, and as you exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Standing tall at the top of your mat, your feet parallel, bring the weight a little to the heels, pull the belly in and up again, giving your lower back that length and support. Stretch your crown up to the sky and relax your shoulders away from the ears. Good. We're going to start to move into our first flow. We're going to be focusing on mobilizing the body, moving with breath, and also continuing to open up those hip flexors. So stand tall, and with your next inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips, firm the belly, bend the knees, abdomen to thighs, crown lowers, release the neck and head. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, half lift. Draw the shoulders back, chest forward, glance forward. As you exhale, bring the hands to the floor and step 1 foot at a time back into a plank pose. Shoulders over wrists. Push the floor away. You can drop to your knees. That works really well. We'll be there in just a moment. Reach back through the heels. Extend forward the crown. Pull the navel to the spine. Inhale. Exhale, lower the knees if they're not already there. Bring your chest forward. Land it between your thumbs until you're all the way down at the ground. Point your toes. Setting up for Cobra. Now, Cobra does bring the spine into some contraction, but strengthening around the back muscles will really help with stabilizing and eventually making the lower back feel better. So press the tops of your feet into the floor, press the front of your hips into the floor. You want to feel your glutes working as if they're trying to flatten out and push down. The tailbone is lengthening back towards the heels. As you do that, you should feel your lower back starting to lengthen and the front of your hips starting to open. Then roll the shoulders back, tuck the elbows into the ribs, and with an inhale, start to lift your chest. It doesn't need to be a big lift. If you start to feel the lower back unhappy, you may have popped the tailbone a little bit, and you might need to push it back down, and then maybe not lift as high with your chest. Good. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Let's do that 2 more times, moving with breath. Toes are reaching, hips are pressing, shoulders rolling, elbows tucking. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Again, only lift to your point of comfort and control. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Make sure that the glutes are still working. Hips are still pressing. Exhale to lower. Good. Tuck the toes under. Press to your knees. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Sending the hips up and back. Look back between your feet. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Pressing your hands into the floor. Firm the abdomen. And with an inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. Give it a nice big stretch. And as you exhale, step the right foot forward between your hands. If it didn't get all the way up there, give it a wiggle, wiggle, nudge. And then ease the left knee and the top of the back foot flat. Toes point back behind you. Let the weight of the hips sink forward, but be very mindful that the right knee stays behind the toes. On the fingertips, or maybe a handy dandy block or something similar, press the top of the back foot down. Give your left glute a squeeze. Pull the navel to the spine. Press the hips maybe just a little bit more forward until you feel that stretch for the front of the left hip, your hip flexors, as well as the quadricep. Now this might feel enough, and if it is, stay. If it feels okay on your lower back, so be very mindful of what you're feeling here. Bring your hands up just behind your knee onto your thigh. Keep squeezing the left glute. Give it a nice squeeze and squeeze the belly in. And then pull your heart up and relax your shoulders down. So again, we are bringing the spine, the lower back, into a little bit of contraction, but we need that to open up the hip flexor, but you don't want it to pinch or feel uncomfortable. So again, the higher you go, the more challenging it will be for the lower back. If this is enough, stay. If you want just a little bit more, maybe lift your arms up to the sky. So again, the further you take yourself away from the earth, the more work that you need to do through the glute, through the abdomen. Make sure the bottom ribs aren't popping forward, curl them into the body, and breathe. Excellent. Take a big inhale. Exhale and release. Bring your hands down to the floor. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the back knee, press into the palms. Right leg shoots up and back to the sky. 3-legged dog. Inhale, reach it to the sky. Give it a nice big stretch. Exhale, return the right foot to the earth. Down dog. Make sure the hands are planted and the abdomen is firm. Inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Give it a nice big stretch. As you exhale, step the left foot forward between the hands. Again, wiggle it up there as needed. And then release the right knee easy to the floor. Top of the back foot flat, toes point back behind you. Let the weight of the hips draw forward, but again, make sure that the knee has stayed behind the toes. Fingertips or a block. Press the top of the right foot down, give the right glute a squeeze, give the low belly a squeeze, hips moving forward until you feel that stretch, looking for that stretch in the hip flexor and a little bit into the quadricep. If this is enough, stay. Again, being mindful of your lower back, engaging the glute, squeezing the belly. Perhaps bring your hands to your thigh. Reaching up through the crown, relax the shoulders down. Again, lots of work going on through this part of the body to keep the lower back happy while getting that stretch for the hip flexors. If it's enough, stay. Again, if it's okay, reach the arms up to the sky. Again, the more your arms reach up to the sky, the more you lift away from the earth, the more feeling of strength and resistance you'll need to do through the lower body to support the lower back. Take a big inhale. Exhale, release, hands back to the floor. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee. Send the left leg way up and back, three-legged dog. Inhale, reach it to the sky. Exhale, return your left foot back to the floor, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. With an inhale, lift both heels. Exhale, bend both knees, look forward. Step to the top of your mat. As you inhale, arrive in a half lift, shoulders back, heart forward. Exhale, bend the knees, squeeze the abdomen, lower the crown down. Feel your thighs press into your abdomen, your lower back open. Rooting through the feet, rise with an inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, bring your palms together. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart, back at the top of the mat, standing tall. We're gonna go through that same sequence 2 times, just getting that flow, that rhythm of breath with movement. The arms overhead in the lunge, back bend is optional. You can always keep your hands down on the floor if you don't feel that your lower back is quite ready for that. So standing tall, top of the mat. With an inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees, abdomen to thighs, belly firm, crown lowers. Hands to shins, half lift. Inhale, glance forward. Exhale, wrists below shoulders, step back to plank. Try to step back with the opposite foot each time. Take a breath in plank, push the floor away. Exhale, ease the knees to the floor. Bring your chest forward, land it between your thumbs, lower to the ground. Point your toes, flatten hips, shoulders back. Inhale, cobra. Keep lengthening the tailbone towards the toes. Exhale to release. Tuck the toes under, press to your knees. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Right leg lifts to the sky, three-legged dog. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it to your hands. Gently, knee and top of the back foot flat, hips forward, knee behind toes. Now you can stay or squeeze the left glute belly. Inhale, rise up. Make sure all of this is firm. Ribs are down, lower back protected. Exhale, release. Right leg up and back to the sky, three-legged dog. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Left leg, inhale, take it to the sky. Exhale, step it to your hands. Release easy, right knee, top of the back foot flat, hips forward, left knee behind toes. Squeeze right glute, low belly. Optional, inhale, rise. Ribs down, lower back is happy, I hope. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Plant the hands, left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Inhale, reach it to the sky, stretch. Exhale, foot to the earth, down dog. Inhale, lift both heels. Exhale, bend both knees, look forward. Opposite foot steps forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, bend knees, belly to thighs, crown head lowers, abdomen firm. Rooting through the feet, rise with an inhale, arms rise to the sky, palms come together, hands come to heart. Exhale, beautiful. One more time through, moving with breath, find that flow. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold, bending the knees, abdomen to thighs, abdomen firm, crown lowers. Hands to shins, half lift. Inhale, wrists below shoulders. Exhale, opposite footsteps to plank. Inhale and plank, reach through the heels. Exhale, ease the knees to the earth, chest to the thumbs, all the way down. Remember to press the hips to engage the glutes, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, front of the hips open, hip flexors are stretching here. Exhale to lower. Tuck the toes under, come to your knees. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, Hands rooted, abdomen firm, right leg lifts to the sky. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale to step it through. Left knee, top of the back foot lower. Squeeze left glute, low belly. Pull the belly in as you inhale, rise. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, tuck back toes, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, right foot to the earth. Left leg, inhale, lift it to the sky. Exhale to step it through to your hands. Right knee, top of the back foot lowering, knee behind toes, hips forward, right glute, low belly firm. Optional, rise up. Inhale, open the right hip flexor. Exhale, hands to the earth, tuck back toes, left leg to the sky. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, foot to the earth, down dog. Good. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, lower to your knees, find a child's pose. We'll rest for a few breaths. Sending hips back to heels. Again, if it's okay for your knees and your hips, keep your thighs closer in and parallel so you can get the thighs onto the low belly and the ribs, stretching out the lower back. Maybe fingertips stretch a little bit more forward now that the back muscles are warmed up. So you can feel that stretch through the whole spine. Slow, deep breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Good. We're going to rise back up to down dog. If you'd like more time in your child's pose, you can stay here as long as you'd like. Otherwise, look forward at your hands. Make sure that they're shoulder distance apart, fingers lightly spread, arms straight. Inhale, pick up your hips, tuck your toes under. Exhale, down dog. Make sure feet are about hips distance apart and parallel. We're going to go back into that low lunge and add in a rotation if it's okay for your body. So with an inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale to step the right foot between the hands, lowering left knee and top of the back foot flat. It starts off the same. Right knee is behind toes, top of the back foot pressing, left glute, low belly squeezing. If you can take the arms to the sky, go ahead. Inhale, bring your palms together. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. If you prefer not to twist, you can just stay right here. Bring your hands back down to the floor. If a twist will feel okay for your body, start by bringing your left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Make sure your left glute is firm. The hips are moving forward and the knee has stayed behind the toes. Start to rotate your torso to the right. Now this might be enough twist for you today. If you're feeling pretty good about this and you'd like a little bit more, perhaps take left elbow and hook it on the outside of the thigh. So this requires a deeper twist through the abdomen and the upper back. And if it feels okay, place your right palm on top of your left palm in a prayer position. Right elbow tip points at the ceiling. Pull the heart slowly open to the right. At the same time, continue to firm the left glute and left low belly so that you've got that support for the lower back as you're bringing that deep stretch into the left hip flexor and that nice deep rotation along your spine. Make sure to breathe. Excellent. Coming back up into that arms overhead position. It's optional. Inhale, arms rise to the sky. Exhale, fingertips to the earth, and add in a hamstring stretch here. So shift the hips back over the back knee and come up onto the heel. This is another spot where a block or something similar might be helpful for underneath the hands to give yourself a little bit more height. Otherwise, you can simply keep your fingertips on the floor. Pull toes to nose. Do your best to straighten the right leg. If it doesn't go all the way straight, don't worry about it. Firm the belly. Give your lower back support here. Reach your heart forward, eyes forward, and breathe. If you're not feeling a stretch in your right hamstring, you can take this deeper, contract the abdomen, and start to bring your chest forward and down while continuously pulling toes to nose. Find your edge wherever that happens to be today, and breathe. Good. If you took the forward fold, inhale, pick up the chest. Exhale, bring the toes back to the floor, crawl your hands forward, root the palms down. Tuck the back toes under, lift left knee, right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Inhale, take it to the sky. Exhale, right foot to earth, down dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So hands rooted, left leg, inhale, lift it to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot forward between your hands and lower the right knee and top of the back foot flat. Bring the hips forward. Remember, arms overhead is optional. Squeeze the right glute, low belly. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, preparing for the twist. Remember, if twisting is not good for your body, you can stay. You can bring your hands back down to the floor. If it is, you can start by bringing your right hand to the outside of your left thigh. And as you slowly start to turn your chest to the left, maybe even looking over left shoulder, squeeze the right glute and keep pulling the low belly in and up. So you're stretching out the right hip flexor, but also supporting the lower back. This might be enough. And if it is, stay. If you'd like a little more, bring the right elbow, hook it on the outside of the left thigh. Left palm stacks on top of right palm. Left elbow tip is pointing at the ceiling. Then using that leverage, ease your body slowly into the rotation you'd like to take, at the same time, firming the glutes and the abdomen to protect the lower back as you twist. Breathe. Excellent. Optional, arms back over the head. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to release fingertips to the floor, coming back into those half splits. Shift the hips back over the back knee, come onto the front heel, pull the toes back towards the nose, add height underneath your hands if that feels better for your body. We're focusing on stretching out the hamstrings. Pull your chest up, firm your abdomen, eyes forward to help keep the spine long. Now, if this is enough, stay. If you'd like more sensation in your hamstrings, inhale, exhale, firm the belly and lead your heart forward. Again, find your edge. One leg is usually tighter than the other. This is my tight leg. I don't feel I can come as much forward in this position. Right up that edge. I'm just going to hold it there. Breathe. Good. If you folded forward, inhale, pick up the chest. Exhale, crawl forward, toes to the floor, hands to the ground, wrists below shoulders. Tuck right toes under, lift right knee, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Inhale. Reach it to the sky, give it a big stretch. Exhale and return your left foot back to the floor. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Excellent. Inhale, lift both heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. If you remember, opposite foot steps forward. I have no idea which foot I'm at now, so I'm just gonna guess. Inhale. Bend the knees, abdomen to thighs. Exhale, squeeze the abdomen. Press down firmly with your feet. Inhale, rise to the sky. Bring your palms together. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Excellent. We're going to go back into our flow. We'll add in a couple of more postures just for a little bit of variety, but also to create a little bit more strength and stability around the hips. All of that will help with lower back. So standing tall, top of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees, abdomen to thighs, abdomen contracts, crown of the head lowers. Hands to shins. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, wrists below shoulders, step back to plank. Take a breath in plank, inhale. Exhale, knees to the floor, chest to the thumbs, all the way down. We're changing this part up. Instead of going cobra, and you could take cobra if you wanted to, we're going to go to locust pose, which helps to strengthen a few more of the back muscles. It might not feel great, and if it doesn't, you definitely don't need to do it. Bring your arms down along your sides. Legs are the same. They're close together. The toes are pointed. The tops of the feet are flat, and the hips are really pressing flat. Again, really press the glutes down. Lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. Now we're going to start by lifting the upper body, and then optional, add the lower body. So shrug the shoulders back away from the earth. First, press the palms into the floor and pull your heart up. So it's like cobra, but your hands are back behind you. Now this might be as far as you want to go. Be very mindful of what's happening in your lower back. Keep the front of your hips open. The hip flexors are lengthened. If it's enough, stay. If you'd like a little more, float the legs off the floor. Keep the legs together or as close together as possible. Maybe a little squeeze to the inner thighs. Keep lengthening the tailbone back towards the toes. Keep the front of your hips open. If you'd like a little more, lift your hands off the floor. Reach your fingertips towards your toes. Press your heart forward. Legs are long, legs are strong, glutes are working, hip flexors are open. Take a big inhale. Exhale, feet to the floor. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders, cobra position. Tuck the toes under. Come to your knees. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. Right leg lifts to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, step it forward between your hands. Ease the left knee and top of the back foot flat. Draw the hips forward, right knee behind toes. Optional back bend, squeeze left glute, low belly. Inhale. Fingertips to the floor. Exhale, we're adding on here. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, but this time, turn the back heel down deeply and bring the foot flat. Angle the left toes slightly towards the top of your mat, left leg is straight. Keep the right knee bent over the right ankle. Push down into the entire sole of that left foot. We windmill up to warrior two. Open up to the long edge of your mat. Arms are shoulder height. Right knee is stacked over ankle. Make sure the right kneecap and toes are pointing exactly forward. You should be able to see your right big toe. Push through the left heel. Left leg is straight and strong. Reach the arms away from the midline of the body. Gaze forward to the right middle finger and try to bring some softness into your eyes. Breathing deeply. So we're strengthening around the hips as we open up the hips. Breathe slow, breathe deep. So again, we're starting to access in the left leg, that left piriformis muscle right around the glute, that area that we stretched at the very beginning of class when we were on our back. Keep the right knee where it is. Left hand down, right palm up, reversing the warrior. So lower body doesn't change, upper body takes a side stretch. So reach your right fingertips towards your left heel, glide your right knee forward and open your right knee a little towards your right pinky toe. Make sure your back leg is strong and solid. You're still feeling that left glute working. Breathe. Excellent. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame your right foot. Come onto the balls of the left toes. Three-legged dog, right leg up and back to the sky. Inhale, sweep it to the sky, give it a big stretch. Exhale, right foot to the earth, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We'll do that same thing on the other side. So rooting the hands, abdomen firm, left leg lifts up and back, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale to step the left foot between the hands, lower the right knee, top of the back foot flat, left knee stays behind toes. Optional back bend, squeeze right glute, low belly. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, spin the back heel down, heel to arch alignment, angle the right toes slightly towards the top of the mat, foot is flat. Left knee is bent. Keep the lower body as it is. Inhale, windmill up to warrior two. You're open to the long edge of your mat. Arms are shoulder height. Left kneecap and toes pointing the same direction. Right leg is straight and strong. Push through the heel. Try to feel that right glute now, strong and engaged. Chest expansive. Soften your eyes as you gaze forward to the left middle finger. Breathe. Excellent. Keeping your left knee exactly as it is. Right hand down, right thigh, left palm flips to the sky. Slow reverse of your warrior. So reaching your left fingertips back towards your right heel, but glide the left knee forward and slightly to the left pinky toe. Back leg is straight and solid. See if you can feel that right glute still working. Firm the abdomen and breathe. Excellent. Take a big inhale. Exhale, cartwheel, hands down to frame left foot. Come back onto the balls of the right toes. Send your left leg up and back to the sky. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, foot to the earth, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. Pick up the heels. Inhale. Bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, opposite foot stepping. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, abdomen to thighs. Squeeze the abdomen. Crown lowers towards the earth. Press down with your feet, rise with an inhale, reach the arms to the sky, palms come together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Excellent, everybody. Now we're gonna put everything all together into one nice longish flow, and then we'll start to stretch out a little bit and cool off. So standing tall at the top of your mat, let's start with a nice big inhale through the nose and a nice deep exhale through the nose. Reach the arms up, inhale, fold forward, exhale, knees bent, abdomen to thighs, contract the abdominal muscles, crown of the head lowers, hands to shins. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, wrists below shoulders, opposite foot steps back to plank. Take a breath in plank. Exhale, knees to the floor, chest to the thumbs, come all the way down. Arms back along your sides, palms face down. Push the front of the hips into the floor, glutes turned on. Lift to locust. Inhale, lift as much of your body off the floor as feels okay for your body. Exhale, lower, hands to cobra. Let's take a cobra. Press the hips, hip flexors are open. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Good, tuck the toes under, come to your knees. Inhale, find downward facing dog. Exhale, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Hands rooted, abdomen firm, right leg to the sky. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it between your hands. Lower the left knee, top of the back foot flat. You can stay. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the belly. Inhale, arms overhead. We're taking that twist. So as you exhale, you can twist with your hands at prayer, left elbow hooking on outer knee, or you can bring your outer arm and reach around, gazing over right shoulder. You're here for a full inhale. Keep squeezing the left glutes and a full exhale. Coming through center, optional arms overhead. Inhale, fingertips to the floor, half splits. Exhale, shift the hips back, come onto the heel, toes pull to nose, firm belly, option to stay, option to inhale. Exhale, pull the heart forward, pull the toes back. Good, lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, toes to the floor, crawl fingertips forward, tuck back toes, lift back knee. Drop the back heel, heel to arch alignment, angle the left toes in, left leg is straight, right knee is bent. Warrior two. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink. Check out to see that the right knee is exactly where it needs to be. Now we're going to flow, reverse to warrior two 3 times. Lower body never moves. Left hand down, right palm up. Inhale, reverse. Stretch the right side of the body open. Exhale, back to warrior two, arms shoulder height. Left leg is long and strong. Reverse. Inhale, stabilize the right knee. Try not to let it move. Exhale, back to warrior two. One more. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Beautiful. Reverse. Inhale. Good. Cartwheel. Exhale, hands down, frame right foot. Come onto the balls of the left toes. Send the right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Inhale, reach it to the sky. Exhale, bring your right foot to the earth, down dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Hands rooted into the floor, left leg lifts to the sky. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, step it through. Right knee, top of the back foot flat, hips forward, keep the left knee behind the toes. Optional back bend, squeeze right glute, abdomen firm. Inhale. As you exhale, take whatever twist is appropriate, including no twists to the left. So maybe your hands are in prayer, right elbow is hooking on the outer left thigh. Maybe you're just crossing the forearm over and looking out over the left shoulder. Squeeze the right glute wherever you're at. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Arms overhead, optional. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fingertips to the floor. Shift the hips back over the back knee. Come onto the heel, toes pull to nose. Inhale, heartless, belly contracts where you can stay. Or exhale, bow forward to your degree of stretch that you're looking for. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, crawl forward, toes to the floor. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the back knee. Spin the back heel down, heel to arch, angle right toes in, right leg straight, left knee over ankle bent. Inhale, warrior two. Open to the long edge of your mat. Exhale, settle in, check left knee alignment. Right hand down, left palm up. Inhale, reverse. Hold for the exhale. Let's flow that out. Lower body never moves. Inhale, warrior two. Keep the left knee stable. Exhale, reverse. Keep the right leg long and strong. 2 more times. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale to reverse. Good. 1 more. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale to reverse. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, cartwheel, fingertips down to frame. Left foot, balls of right toes. Plant the hands, left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Inhale, take it to the sky. Exhale, left foot to the earth, down dog. Take a deep breath in. We're going back to child's pose. Exhale to lower the knees, the tops of the feet. Once again, if it is okay for your body, thighs stay parallel so that your abdomen can come onto your thighs and the thighs can press the belly into the lower back to give your lower back a little extra stretch. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. Notice how your back feels. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, then slowly walk your hands back towards your knees, gently rolling up through your spine. And then bring yourself around to find a seat. We're coming into bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet to come together, knees apart. Briefly bring your hands on the floor behind you. Lift your hips and slide your hips forward a little bit towards your heels. Use your hands on the floor to pull your spine and crown up to the sky. Pull the belly in. That supports the lower back. Now, some of you may want to stay right here. If you can maintain the lift, you can reach around and grab your feet. That's another option. Sit up nice and tall. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the belly firm. Take a couple of breaths here. This is mainly a stretch for the inner thighs and the hips, but it also helps to open up the lower back. So again, anytime we bring the hips into this position, in the sitting position especially, we help to open up the lower back muscles a little bit, but then remember to use the abdominal muscles to give that opening in the lower back some support. Now this might feel enough. If it is enough, stay exactly as you are. If you can fold with a flat back, I'm going to take it into a forward fold, but this is optional. So you can stay or inhale, lift. Exhale, abdomen firms, chest moves forward, keeping the back as flat as possible. Tuck the chin down just a little bit. Want to make sure you're not hiking your chin forward and compressing the back of your neck, but you also don't want to hang your chin off of your neck. You want it to be a soft, easy release. There's no tension around the neck or the shoulders. Release the jaw. Maybe move it around a little bit to make sure you're not holding any unconscious tension in that part of the body. Maybe even close your eyes or soften your gaze. Breathe. Good. For those of you who did take it forward, inhale, rise. Wherever you're at, everyone, hands to outer knees. Use your arm strength to bring the knees together. Those inner thighs were stretched out quite a bit. I want to make sure you don't ask them to do too much work. We're going to take it down onto the back. We're going to revisit a couple of the postures that we did at the very beginning of class, just to notice how they feel. So as you're ready, ease your way down onto your back, keeping your knees bent and feet on the floor. Lengthen your spine. Release the back of your head. Bring your right knee into your chest, grab the shin, squeeze it in. Now, if you do need the extra lower back support, keep your left foot on the floor as it is, but perhaps stretch the left leg out along the floor in front of you. Keep the heel on the ground. And as you hug the right thigh in, feel your back connecting to the floor, but at the same time, if this left leg is straight, feel the lengthening in the front of the hip flexor getting long. Notice if that's compressing your lower back or if it's helping to lengthen your lower back. Keeping the right knee into the chest and giving it a good squeeze will help with the lengthening of the lower back while you bring the hip into extension. So oftentimes when we bring the leg into extension, and if the hip flexors are really tight, the lower spine compresses, and that's what causes some lower back pain. So what we want to do is keep the lower back long as we bring the front of the hip into extension, and this is a great posture to make that happen. Excellent. Then if your left leg's extended, rebend the knee, place the foot on the floor, and just like we did at the beginning of class, right ankle crosses over thigh, right hand to inner right knee, press it away, right toes pull towards knee. Notice the hip. If it feels like, feels a little bit more open, maybe try that left foot floating off the floor if you didn't at the start of class. But remember, if you do have an injury, to keep the foot on the floor. So again, addressing the piriformis muscles now that it's a little bit more warmed up. You might feel a deeper stretch, or it might feel like less of a stretch because it's warmed up. Either is fine. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, release. Left foot to the floor, right foot to the floor. Right foot stays on the floor as you bring your left knee to your chest. Hold the shins, squeeze it in. And remember, this is a wonderful place to stay, especially if you need the extra lower back support. But if it's okay for your body, stretch the right leg out long along the floor. Heel is grounded, heel is reaching. And as you hug the left thigh in, feel the back, lower back, moving closer to the floor, but then also feel that extension in the front of the right hip. So keeping the spine, lower back open as you bring the hip into extension. So again, if your lower back pops off the floor because this hip flexor is so tight, that can be one of the culprits for why there's lower back pain. So opening this up, breathe. Good. And if the right leg is extended, go ahead and rebend the knee, place the foot on the floor, left heel, ankle crosses over the right thigh, toes pull to knee, hand presses the knee away, stay here, or right foot off the floor, left hand between the thighs, hands hook behind the right thigh, tailbone long, back resting, breathing. Good, take a breath in. Exhale, release the grip, right foot to the floor, left foot to the floor. And then bring both knees into the chest. Give yourself a big hug again. Squeeze the thighs into the abdomen. That connection helps to bring the back closer to the floor, helps to stretch out the lower back. Maybe rock it out a little side to side. Excellent. One more rock side to side. And then bring yourself back to center. We're going to set up for relaxation. For those of you who might have a couple of extra pillows around, couch cushions actually work really well if you have couch cushions that can be removed. I'm going to use these handy dandy bolsters. I'm going to set up for this passive psoas release position. You do need a fair amount of height. Another option is actually you can scoot your tail right up to the edge of your couch, and you could bring your calves onto your couch so that the corner of the couch is resting behind your knees. Now, I'm really short, and there's no way I could ever do that because any couch is really too big for me. So a couple of bolsters or a couple of pillows work really, really well for my body. But if you're taller, just bringing yourself up to a couch might really work. So if you have this available to you and you're looking for this passive psoas stretch, you want to make sure that your tailbone is on the ground and your spine is long from tail to crown, and that your legs are resting passively. So what you're doing here is you're bringing your hip flexors into contraction, but they don't have to work to be there because you've got support underneath your knees. So this is a great way to let go of chronic gripping in the hip flexors, which is very, very common. If this is not available to you and you don't have the couch cushions, you can have your feet on the floor, knees bent, knees knocked together, feet apart. If you just like to lie flat on the ground because that's your happy place, please be there. But set yourself up for deep relaxation. Spine is long, upper back is flat, shoulders adjusted, palms face the ceiling if that's okay for your body. Close your eyes. Now start to let go. Let go of your breath and let it flow effortlessly. Each effortless exhale, relaxing your body deeper and deeper down into the ground. Let each effortless exhale start to quiet your mind. Let your mind become calm and peaceful. Allow yourself this time out of your day to simply be and to simply breathe. Nothing you need to do right now. No thoughts that need to be thought. No actions need to be performed. For just these few moments, let yourself enjoy the feeling of just being. There'll be a few moments of silence, and my voice will draw you out. However, if you have a little bit more time in your day today, I strongly encourage you to stay a little longer. Give yourself this gift of relaxation. Again, if you have a little bit more time to stay, please do. But if you are ready, start to deepen the breath. Let the deepening of the breath pull some calm energy back in. Maybe start to bring a little bit of movement to the fingers and the toes. Easy movement, gentle. Now, for those of you who may be at a couch or place some support underneath your knees, just be super mindful of how you get out. So you might need to bring your knees a little bit closer to your chest, bringing your feet away from the couch or up onto the edge of the bolster. And then just making sure that you don't kick anything, start to roll off to the right side. If the left side works better for you because of your space, totally okay to make that happen. And then very gently from the side lying position, begin to press yourself back up. Press yourself back up into a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you. That could be cross-legged, legs extended out along the floor in front of you, perhaps sitting on the couch or sitting on your pillows or your bolsters, but find a little bit of length in your spine. Sit up nice and tall, reaching through the crown of your head. We'll finish with one breath together and a big circle of the arms. So with an inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, palms come together. Exhale as your hands come down to your heart. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.